Greetings and welcome to the Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team video, where today I'm going over the Kill Op as a guide. But before we get into things, please remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. Let me know what you thought of today's video, if you found it useful and helpful. Remember, I've got a Discord you can check out for free in the episode description below, and a Finland at Erman Games, and a Finland discount code at Crossfire Games, and a Patreon if you want to give me some more support. But let's get on with today's video. So yeah, I'm going over the Kill Op. I've done the Tac Op. I've kind of included the Crit Op as well. So I thought to complete things, and going back to guides now we've got balance out of the way-ish, let's go over the Kill Op, because I think the Kill Op is an important factor of gameplay, especially when you're playing competitive kill team, that a lot of people kind of overlook even today, because it's definitely one of the most important things about kill team. So what is the Kill Op? Well, firstly, they put the kill back in kill team. The Kill Op is one of the 3 core scoring archetypes, especially when you're playing competitive kill team, because you have the Crit Op, Tac Op, and Kill Op. Then you have your primary op, which is your 4th scoring archetype, but that's more of a win more. And the Kill Op is basically entirely based over killing opponents' operatives. And as you can see in this chart here, here's the Kill Op card. You can see you've got an associated kill grade with the starting number of enemy operatives. So for the left axis, it's how many operatives your opponent's kill team has, so from 5 to 14 operatives. And then for the top right axis, your kill grade is how many operatives you have killed to trigger kill grade 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And each kill grade is worth victory points equal to its number. So for example, against an 8 operative kill team, if you've killed 3 operatives, you've got kill grade 2, which would give you 2 victory points at the end of the game. Crucially, when it comes to the kill grade, at the end of the game, if your kill grade is higher than your opponent's kill grade, you get an extra victory point. So even though it looks like you can only get 5 on the chart, you can actually get 6 if you completely wipe out your opponent and they haven't wiped you out. Now, I'll get more into that later, but this kill chart matrix is very important to keep a track of. So looking at the Kill Op chart in itself, there's a few things to actually take away from here. As you can see, generally going down, you have scoring 1 point for killing 1 to 2 operatives, sometimes 3. Then it goes up. Oddly, when it comes to kill grade 3, generally you have to have killed more than half of your opponent's kill team. Then it's kill grade 4, where you've basically almost wiped them out, and then kill grade 5 when you've wiped them out. So this scale gets a bit wonky, and it's important to track, but it's also important to keep in mind what kill grades your opponent has and what kill grades you have. So one key thing to actually look at is some teams abuse the Kill Op in unintentional ways due to how Games Workshop has formatted it. Because for example, if you look at the fairest Kill Op, that's probably 5 and 10. So kill grade 5, well, a 5 operative kill grade is basically for every model you kill, you go up a kill grade. And for 10 operative kill teams, for every 2 operatives you kill, you go up a kill grade as well. But it does get a bit wonky, especially for 6 and 11 operative kill teams. Because if you look at this, when you look at the chart, 6 operative kill teams, to get 3 kill grade points, so to kill grade 3, you actually have to kill 4 elite kill team operatives, which is actually really tough. And then if you look at 11 kill teams, well, 11 operative kill teams, you have to kill 7 operatives, which is really a hard ask and a huge jump from trying to kill 6. Killing over half of your opponent's kill team is very difficult, and a lot of the time when you're coming into like endgame scoring, you may be in situations where you've lulled yourself into false sense of security going, I've killed half of my opponent's kill team, based on most kill ops I should be on kill grade 3, and then you actually realize you're still on kill grade 2. So that's key things to keep in mind. Games will just probably tweak this, but it's just something to keep in mind for what your kill team size is and what your opponent's is. Because especially when you're trying to focus on the Kill Op, you need to keep in mind of what grades you need to get to, and basically how easy it is to get to kill grade 3. So when it comes to the Kill Op, it's a huge part of kill team, and my biggest tip for it is always tracking the kill grade. Now, no matter when I play competitive or casual players, no matter really what setting, a general common trend I find is I'm the only one really tracking the Kill Op. A lot of people, well, most of them will just say, oh, I total it up at the end. And it's really kind of like perplexing to me, because people will track the tack op and the crit op, but they won't track the kill op. And for me, a kill op is a huge part of the game. It's a nice part of denial, and I don't think people realize that. So a lot of score trackers allow you to track the kill op, and that's quite easy to do, especially if you're using the Crossfire game score tracker. But it's also easy to do by just seeing, or even asking your opponent to like put their models aside which have been killed, because the kill grade does go up, sometimes down if you're playing higher attack circle. And when you're playing games of Kill Team, especially competitive games, it's really crucial you keep a track of this, because it shows you where you are in the game. As I said, you're always tracking the crit up and the tack up, well, you should be at least, so you have a good score, like a good idea where your score is and your opponent's score. And then the kill up, you kind of have to keep in mind, because it's more difficult to track in terms of whoever is higher isn't getting +1, they're getting +2, because your kill grade will always be higher. So even if, for example, my opponent is on kill grade 2 but I'm on kill grade 3, I'm actually on +2 victory points, because I'm actually scoring 4 victory points from that, which is more difficult to track. But that's the huge thing to keep in mind, because if you think about the crit up and the tack up, if I'm ahead of my opponent by 1 on either the crit up or the tack up, I'm actually only ahead by 1 point. But when I'm ahead on the kill up, I'm actually ahead by 2 points. And this is really, really crucial. That's why I think it's really important you always track it, and why I'm still confused even to this day when I'm playing even competitive players and no one tracks it. Because when you're trying to play competitive kill team, you're trying to, especially when you're just trying to win your games in general, you're always trying to maintain that point lead. And the kill op is very, very important to track and maintain. I'll get on to like scoring the kill op later, but that's why I think the kill op is such a crucial part, and why it's often overlooked, because people just go, I'll total it up at the end. But especially if your opponent is like, oh, I'm 1 ahead on the crit op, this is fine. But then you look at the kill op and you're actually 1 ahead of them on the kill op. Net positive, you're actually +1 ahead of them. And if you maintain the same tempo, you still win the game. That's why it's so important to track this. And that's my biggest takeaway from this video. Always track the kill op mid-game. As I said, you can make it easy for your opponent by putting your dead models to one side. That's what I always do. And also, if you're not keeping a tally, you can always just ask your opponent, oh, how many operatives have I killed? Just go like, how many operatives are out of action? How many have you got left? That way you can always go, okay, I've killed X amount of operatives, but they've also got X left. So I'm making sure I'm checking the right kill scale and the kill grade. It is a lot of like work to track, but also if you're tracking this and your opponent's ignoring it, while it does take more work, you're still asking them to remind them in a way that they should be aware of the kill op. But if they're just brushing it off, it means you are at least acknowledging you're ahead on the kill op, so you know either where you're tied, behind, or ahead. It's such crucial information that I highly recommend. Please just always track it. So now I've gone over tracking the kill op, what I want to talk about next is just literally scoring the kill op. As I said, the main principle is if you're ahead on the kill op, that's a 2 VP swing. But also you need to keep a track of your opponent's kill grade and what breakpoints it is. Now, when it comes to like scoring the kill op, it's not just simply, haha, I'm just going to kill people. Obviously, that would be great. You know, that's the easiest thing to do. But you have to keep in mind specific kill grades and where you are in the game. And the best thing I like to say, there are missions or points in your games of Kill Team where you can go ahead on the crit op or tack op at the cost of giving away the kill op. And in some situations that might be fine. Let's say, for example, you're going to charge into your opponent's drop zone. You're going to like storm their objective. You're going to kill someone. You're going to get the crit op, and that's going to push you ahead on your tack op. You've got at least 3 factors swinging your way for all 3 core archetypes. But let's say, for example, you push into the mid to get onto the crit op. Like you go on, secure the mid, and you go like, let's say you're playing loot. You go, great, I'm +1 on the crit op. I'm in a bit of an exposed position, but I've gone ahead on the crit op. Then your opponent kills that operative and now goes ahead on the kill op. Once again, you've gone +1 on the crit op, but on the kill op, your opponent's gone +2. And if you're tied on the tack op, your opponent's actually in the lead now. So you have to keep an effect. It's like your positional play. Is your positional play going for the crit op actually worth it if it's going to just give away the kill op. Because effectively, to tie that around, you'd need to also go ahead on the tack op and assume your opponent can't as well. That's why it's really crucial to track this. Now, not just for positional play, there's also factors where you may go, okay, actually, if we maintain where we are, I'm ahead, we're tied on the crit op and the tack op, but I'm actually ahead on the kill op. I could push up to go like +1 on the crit op, but then my opponent can just kind of cancel that out, maybe go +1 on their tack op, and then actually kill me and go ahead on the kill op. So for example, once again, like a good example of this is loot. You loot your own objective, your opponent loots theirs, and then you go, oh, I could loot my opponent's mid objective, but doing so, is there actually a need? They will go +1 if they do it. Sure, they'll go +1 on the crit op, but I'm already like 1 kill grade ahead. And more importantly, if I go and engage that operative and kill them, I actually won't go up a kill grade because I need to kill 2 operatives to go up a kill grade against them. So actually, even if I go challenge them, I can charge, kill them, go +1 on the kill tally, but not the kill grade. But then they're probably going to kill me and then go up on the kill grade. So there's this whole thing about resisting the trait of just like the trick of just going out and trying to kill enemy operatives. Because a lot of times, I've seen it happen where I've gone like, okay, I just need to push up a bit to challenge a bit on the crit op. I'm behind on the kill op, but I kind of need to break this stalemate. And then I've like put someone out in the open and my opponent just goes, oh, great, I'm just going to reposition within 2 and shoot you, or actually just charge you. Great, I now control this objective. Let's say it's like secure or another mission. And then all of a sudden I go, cool, I kill you. I am now ahead on the kill op because we just tied and now that pushes me ahead. And now I can go secure this at a later date. Remember, when it comes to stuff like the tack op and crit op, especially if they're your primary, and you're trying to max your primary, get 3 points, you only really need 5 points, right? 6 points is great, but 5 points will give you the same effect for your primary. So you can kind of play a bit loose with the crit op and tack op. Like, a great thing is I've seen a lot of people who play plant beacons and then just throw someone forward to go, great, I've planted a beacon. And then I go, great, I've killed them. So I only scored 1 on the tack op this round. You've scored 2, but now that's pushed me up 1 to 2 kill grades because you've just thrown someone that I can reach. And while that does tend to come under more like positional play for their tack ops, it's this thing about the kill op that people forget. It's such an important swing factor. There are in some situations where even when I've played games, I've gone really confidently on the crit op and tack op, but actually not to the extent I thought I would, to the point where my opponent is 2 kill grades ahead of me. For example, like I'm on kill grade 2, they're on kill grade 4. That's actually a 3-point swing. And when I've only got like 3 points on the tack op and 4 points on the crit op, they can actually swing it around, especially if they're scoring okay on their tack ops. So that's why it's really important to keep track and go ahead. So if you're ahead on the kill op, there may be situations where basically, is it worth taking the risk to go ahead on the crit op and tack op, or to score on the crit op and tack op if it's going to give away your lead or tie break on the kill op? As I said, there's situations where I've gone, I can actually push up to get this crit op, go ahead on the crit op, but that's probably going to put me into a position where my opponent kills me, and then actually I go behind on the kill op, and that actually nullifies my lead. It's very subjective and will come down to like your experience, the kill team you're playing, your opponent's kill team, and like how durable they are. But that's like my big tip about the kill op. It can be such an important decider to scoring games that you need to keep an opinion of like, do you move up in an aggressive way that, will put you ahead on the crit op and tack op at the cost of the kill op? Or do you want to go in such a way where you're going to basically let your opponent go ahead on the crit op, which allows you to comfortably go ahead on the kill op? Or when you're already ahead on the kill op, are you just going to hang back, make sure you're scoring minimal points because you're just going to focus on that kill op lead and win the game that way? There's all these kind of factors, but that's why I just wanted to stress the importance of the kill op. Next, we're going to scoring the kill op. Obviously, once again, this is technically pretty easy. Just kill people, right? But it actually becomes a bit more nuanced. This is kind of more important for kill teams that can double fight, double shoot, because once again, you'll be able to like quickly jump up a kill grade if you can suddenly charge and kill 2 operatives, or shoot twice and kill 2 operatives, because that will generally push you up a kill grade. So it also comes down to matters where, let's say your opponent's wounded and you have to go into a situation, do I just shoot them to try and go ahead on the kill op, or should I kill them, like charge and fight them? Technically, in my opinion, if you're trying to like finish off someone to kill them for your kill op, if they have like the minimum damage, like minimum wounds left for you just to kill in close combat and you can charge them and you hit all right, like let's say you've got 4 attacks hitting on 4s, or even if you've got 3 attacks hitting on 4s, you have a way to like get balanced or auto secure a hit, I would always go for the charge over the shooting. Because the problem is, even when you go like, oh, they've got 3 wounds left, I'm just going to fire my bolt gun. Like they have a 4-up save. What's the worst that could happen? And if you don't have enough rerolls and buffs, you could actually just get 2 hits and then they make 2 saves and actually then they just survive. At least when you charge someone who's got minimal wounds left, while you are guaranteed, like you kind of generally putting yourself into a vulnerable position, if it's going to guarantee you the kill and actually push you up a kill grade, it's much more recommended to go for that. And that's what I try and do. And generally I'll try and either do it like cover myself in smoke or charge in such a way that I'm basically obscured or out of sight. Because remember, with that 1-inch control range, you don't have to be touching someone's base. You can just be within an inch and then generally be outside of where people are. So they kind of have to move to shoot you, but they just can't shoot you from where you are. But that's actually kind of a more nuanced take and trying to finish off stuff that's actually wounded. This is general kill team tactics, like just going off and killing. But when you go for a guaranteed kill, if you're just trying to push up on the kill up and you're in that situation, always go for melee. Even if like the only kind of way when I wouldn't advise it, for example, if it's someone like, you know, you're playing a human kill team and they're only 2 free in melee, your opponent has 3 wounds left, at that point you might as well just shoot them, or your shooting buffs are like way more stacked. You've got ceaseless, maybe you have accurate, or you have balance, so you have like ways to force hits. If you don't have any piercing and you've got like a good way to ensure that net like base damage, just charge in. Like sometimes even when I'm playing certain elite kill teams like Angel of Death, I could go like, oh yeah, I could shoot, right? I have the balanced and I could technically do 2 shoot actions, or I can just charge you even if I miss, especially with purity seals, I can force a hit and then I can just secure the point instead of shooting you, repositioning and scoring the point, which actually has more points to fail. Because the key thing about close combat when you fight, as long as you get 1 hit and your opponent doesn't have a way to fight first, parry block first, your dice will just go through automatically. Your opponent doesn't get any defense dice and you just kill them. So it seems simple, but it's something I'd heavily advise because it's like it's misleading how easy people think people die from shooting. Even if you've got a crack grenade hitting on 4s, even though it's piercing 1, especially if you've got no rerolls, you may be in a better position just to charge and fight to secure that kill grade, but also maximizing your kills. It's like when I'm near the end of the game and I'm trying to maximize the kill up, I have to look at the game state and go, okay, how many operatives do I need to kill to go up a kill grade? If it's 2 and I can do 2 that turning point, especially at the end of the game, that's fine. If it's 3, I kind of just ignore it. Or if my opponent has like 2 operatives left and I need to max the kill up, and I go, I can definitely kill 1, but to kill the other one, I'd have to get lucky. But then the problem is if I just lose 1 operative, they go up on the kill grade and then we tie. So once again, it's trying to go for kills you can get reliably, but also kills that will push you up the kill grade without pushing your opponent up the kill grade. So I'm kind of repeating myself there, but it's really important to hammer home. So overall for the kill op guide, it's a crucial part of kill team, and it's often like a big tiebreaker that people miss. Once again, my biggest tip is always track it mid-game. Like even if your opponent just says, oh, I don't track it, just track it. Always ask them like how many operatives they have out that you've taken out of action and how many operatives they have left. So you're cross-checking it with the kill op chart and making sure you're scoring accurately. You also need to keep in mind how many operatives your opponent has and how many you have. Because for example, key operatives to get to kill grade 3. Kill grade 3 is usually the biggest break point, and commonly I'll see or play games where either me or my opponent is stuck on kill grade 2 while they're on kill grade 3, or I'm on kill grade 3 and they're kill grade 2. So once again, the biggest examples of kill team sizes that kind of abuse the kill op are 6 operative kill teams and 11 operatives kill teams. because for 6 operatives to get to kill grade 3, you have to kill 4 of their kill team, right? And then for 11 operatives, you have to kill 7 of their kill team. But then if you look at 10 operative kill teams, you only have to kill 6 to get to kill grade 3. So that's that important break point, because a lot of the time I think my opponents would just go, I've killed half of your guys, I should be on kill grade 3, because 6 divided by 2 is 3, or I've killed like 6 of your 11 operatives, so that should put me on kill grade 3. Then there's always remembering that if you're ahead on the kill op, it's actually more than a 1 point swing. If I'm ahead than my opponent on the tac op or crit op by 1, that's just 1 point. But when your kill op is higher than your opponent's, you get an extra victory point. So actually, if we're tied on the crit op and tac op, or even they're ahead by 1 on one of those, and then I'm ahead on the kill op, I'm actually ahead overall by +2. So I'm ahead +1, if that makes sense. So that's why the kill op can become really crucial into tiebreaker scenarios. And there may be situations where you and your opponent both score 4 on the crit op and 4 on the tac op, and you go like, actually, you know, they may likely to go 5 on the tac op, but then if I go ahead on the crit op, I'll actually go ahead, and then you kind of need to weigh out like primaries. So you can either force a tie or go ahead on the win by the kill op. And you also really need to keep a mind of, is you going up the kill op benefiting you as a whole? Like, is it going to benefit you going up on the crit op, tac op? Or is the positional play of you moving up the board to, let's say, go ahead on the crit op / tac op worth it if it's going to give away the kill op in such a huge way? Like, for example, there's been situations, as I'm repeating myself again, where I've chosen not to push up just to maintain like a minimal like scoring on the crit op and tac op, because I'm maintaining my tac op lead or my kill op lead that will ensure me victory. Or do I need to play like punish my opponent because I'm letting them score more on the crit op, because it's going to let me score more on the kill op, which is going to let me score overall. And then also trying to ensure you kill off kills reliably. And in terms of like, if someone's got minimal wounds left, try and charge them for a more guaranteed scenario if your shooting isn't that reliable. Or just go for accurate kills in ways that won't let your opponent catch up. This is kind of, as again, it comes in more crucial turning point 3 and 4, when you're kind of sure where you're going to score on the crit op and tac op, and you're just trying to finish up to go ahead. Like, do you pull back so you don't give anything on the kill op? Like, is killing one of your opponent's operatives worth it if it's going to actually not push you up on the kill op, or going to push you up on the kill op, but then they'll just kill you and go up again? Like, it's that kind of thing to track. Overall, the kill op is super important and often heavily overlooked. So I'm hoping today's video helps stress its importance, because it's something I always keep a factor on. It's one of the really things I love about the new edition, where you've got 3 different scoring avenues and ways to score. As a fact, never make your kill op the primary. Still never do that, right? Kill op as the primary is a bad idea, but focusing on the kill op and keeping a mind on it is a good point. Because I've also won games and lost games by kind of underestimating either how much my opponent has killed of me, or my opponent has forgotten how much I've killed of them. Like, for example, I've played games where I've scored max on the tac op and basically nearly max on the kill grade, and only scoring like 2 points on the crit op and win the game. Whereas also I've gone ahead on the the crit op and tac op and like drawn or lost because my opponent has either maxed the kill op or just gone heavily ahead. Now, like, the primary thing for the kill op is kind of like, oh yeah, but you're just doubling down on winning more. Just use the kill op as a way to like maintain your lead, or as kind of, it's technically a semi comeback mechanic. But overall, there's a lot of depth which goes into the kill op, so just don't ignore it and always try to track it regularly. And remember, if your opponent, like, there's no harm in asking questions. So even if you're confused about where the kill op is, just ask your opponent and you can both figure out together. But that's pretty much it for me today. Please remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. Let me know if you found this video helpful. Was it useful? You know, like with my video guides for the crit op and tac op. And remember, I've got a Discord you can check out for free in the episode description below, and a affiliate link at Element Games, and a affiliate link and discount code at Crossfire Games, and a Patreon if you want to give me some more support. And I'm just going to quickly shout out my patrons. So for my adepts of the crit, I have Tom, the Houston Toad, Super Cow, Sam, Nick, Mercenary Q, Mr. Meatwad, Lucas, Marshall, Graham, Fangzu, Draken, Dave Meatswell, Dan, Dada Goldens, Chris, and Amorphium. So thank you so much for your support. It really means a lot to me and helps support the channel. But yeah, this is a bit late because I'm going to America on holiday soon. So there may be a little bit of a pause in videos or delay, but hopefully this guide works. I wanted to finish off my scoring guide. Like this ties in nicely with the crit up and tack up. And then I'll be going over like more guides as well as faction guides, which is like partly Patreon requested content. So hopefully this just helps with like people when it's trying to figure out their scoring and their approach to kill team, whether it comes like competitively or casually. So you just get better at winning your games. And hopefully it makes sense because it's stuff what I do. And, you know, it does help me succeed in kill team. So hopefully it makes you succeed. And if everyone improves, it helps everyone improve. Because if like people play better, it forces other people who are playing better to play better and adapt. But remember, no matter how high the kill up goes, you always have a chance to win as long as you can roll a crit.